I, like many other animators and content creators of a certain age, got my start on Newgrounds. Newgrounds is a Flash portal where anyone can submit their animations, games, art, and music, and has been going since the 90s, with it peaking in the mid-2000s. While YouTube has all but killed it, most browsers don't utilize Flash anymore, and the site's traffic has been reduced to a trickle, it's hard to overstate how important it was to online video content in the pre-YouTube era. This was a site where literally anyone could submit their content and usually see it pass through, so it became a haven for enthusiastic amateurs like myself, as well as the occasional misguided corporate account. Now, with an ad blocker firmly in place to hide all the porn ads, I'm going to take a look back at a few of the Warhammer Flash games and movies that made their home on this site. First up is Warhammer BB: The Game by CDK. This is ostensibly an adaptation of Blood Bowl, wherein you steer your little Blood Bowler around enemy teams in an attempt to get a touchdown. However, you can just put your dude in the corner and the crappy hitboxes will never ever touch you, so you can cheese your way to this game's victory screen, where you can hear the same music from the intro loop forever. Tyrannid Dance by Irvitz is one of those dumb things that makes sense when you're 13 and not really any later. Some kid traced a bunch of pictures of Hormagaunts, set them to some pretty awful music, and had them dance against a black background for a while. It's appealing if only from a why the hell not perspective. Epic Battles Episode 1 by Kenzar2K is a cartoon that I always admired when I was a teenager, and watching it now, still holds up pretty well. It's dated for sure with its standard Flash animated, stiff guy standing around talking animation and its red versus blue-esque humor, but it's well put together and it still made me smile. The voice acting is above average for these sorts of things, and the jokes are genuinely pretty good. Unfortunately, this is the last animation Kenzar2K ever uploaded to Newgrounds, and 12 years later, there's still no follow-up. Hydra Dominatus is our next game, and it's a sort of light JRPG, where you're an agent of the Alpha Legion trying to assassinate one of these stolen pieces of Dawn of War 2 art. The art is mostly taken from that game, with your character sprite being a StarCraft II Marine and a load of other assets coming from Alien Assault, the reskinned Space Hulk fan game by Teardown. The actual gameplay of this has you clicking around these little nodes wherein you'll end up in random battles which yield loot occasionally. These battles are turn-based, first-person RPG fights, not unlike a primitive version of Earthbound. It's nicely presented even with all the plagiarized art, but it isn't much of a game. Dark Vengeance 211, who I can only assume is the 211th Dark Vengeance, made this next one, the Sentinel. The art is super crude, and the whole cartoon is about how much the Sentinel sucks. It's coming from the perspective of someone who clearly knows a thing or two about the game, and while the audio quality and line delivery aren't great, the timing on the jokes had me genuinely laugh out loud. First Flash movie, Warhammer by Goiz, is an almost shot-for-shot remake of the intro from Dawn of War 1, albeit at a much lower budget. The sound effects are ripped straight from the game, save for about 5 seconds of power metal near the end. The legs move way too fast for how fast the characters are moving, which is genuinely hilarious, and it's packed with the gratuitous violence that a lot of Newgrounds content was known for. The really surprising thing is that this was uploaded in 2013, well past the Newgrounds heyday. Newgrounds was known for its collaborative projects, or collabs, wherein a bunch of artists would contribute short animations to form a greater project. The Warhammer 40k collab, organized by FlashJets, has 19 different animations in it by a variety of authors. As with all collabs, the quality ranged wildly. There are some clever jokes in here, and it's fun, as always, to see a variety of art styles that different animators brought to the project. There's also a surprising amount of Katy Perry used in this one, since Newgrounds doesn't have any content ID system like YouTube. I'm still scratching my head over that one. Warhammer 40k Gauntlet is a postage stamp sized stop motion video featuring alien sound effects and some kids models, and it's kinda charming in an early internet way. And it's over. No, I will not play Preluge, Mr. Jordrakis. This Flash is called Montau Broken, and it's a doozy from start to finish. Featuring new metal straight off the 2003 Daredevil soundtrack, the world's most awkward walking animation, and straight up photographs of Warhammer models as assets in the movie, this one's unintentionally hilarious. I'm gonna stop before I dunk too hard and was more likely than not the work of a child, but this one is worth a watch. Mario 40,000 by Kobianikov Russian, couldn't have guessed, is one of those classically Newgrounds animations. A video game character smashed into another IP for no clear reason, with some violence to boot. I think the idea is fun and the Mario drop pod is clever, but honestly, I think this would have been better as a Flash game. The number and quality of Warhammer Flash games here is surprisingly low, and its fairly smooth animation and clean art would have made a good fit for one. Yeah, I'm not even gonna touch this one. Thanks for watching this delve into the weird and wonderful fan projects on Newgrounds. It still has a special place in my heart all these years later. Feel free to check out more of my videos, or if you like what I do, subscribe or support me on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and remember to vote 5.